You guys, look, I seen a clip of someone that was at a place where they give out, you know, free things, they aka toys for tots and for the less fortunate. And I also seen someone on the camera that we put a stiff that way the stiff with a stiff wig. It gave me, hey baby, and I'm thinking of you. Hey baby, and I'm thinking of you. Hey, bye. I'm just saying, that's what it gave. I seen. Hey, baby, I'm thinking of you. Hey, baby, and I'm thinking of you. You had the nerve to talk about people going to pantries, but your ass is going to hey, your ass is going to a place where people are needing help and they are look, they are getting things free. And a meal. They was feeding your asses too while y'all was up in there trying nigga shit. Now for me that's a little bit much. Now look, I just got the free meal and that was it. But no, y'all asses was up in there for toys and tops and shit like that. You should have had I should have been telling y'all motherfuckers, hey, you should have had your money saved. What the fuck y'all been doing? Okay, since you don't have to work, yeah. That's all you seen up in that bitch. I ain't gonna lie. That's what you look. If I'm lying, I'm dying. I will share the clip out to the world. Yes, indeed, on the news and talking about this is a great place to come. Yeah, I'm sure it is a great place to come to get some free shit that you ain't got to motherfucking pay for. Okay, you get it from somebody else. Okay, they spending money to sponsor your ass. So I'm just keeping it real. Y'all know I ain't lying. For the less fortunate out there. Yeah. So I don't want to get back on live and be like, going to the free stores, going to the free stores. Obviously, that day you went somewhere to get something for the free, okay, for your kids. I'm just saying, don't get mad at me. It's the truth, and we ain't put none of that shit on mute. I just sent it to one of my subscribers. I said, look at here. Talking all that shit about people going to free stores and getting some, some nutrition for their body, the right nutrition. All of a sudden, oh shit. You see somebody on the news. You ain't never seen me on the news and acting like I don't talk shit about everybody else, and then I'm drinking back to back and smoking weed and shit. You try to play us, but look, you try to play like you just that innocent grandma. You don't do nothing, girl. You do everything. Going to clubs and shit, girl. You was faking for the people of Kentucky. What is it, Covington? Yeah, I think it's Covington. I guess Kentucky something, whatever. Kentucky Derby, if they ask me, I don't know. All I seen was that was a big distraction. Was that wig? Girl, you try to make it look real. Girl, you should at least try to have a little bit of your ass sticking out. All I see was a good old round. I see where it starts and where it begins. Baby, and really where it is. I ain't lying. It's the truth. I seen all that. I seen it all. Don't get mad at me. It's the truth. Don't get mad at me with that. Hey, baby, and I'm thinking of you. Hey, baby, and I'm thinking of you, girl. Are you still stuck in some type of time zone? Okay, or some decade. I don't understand. I think she's stuck in some decades ago. Like, thinking that shit's still hot. At some point, you got to learn how to elevate. Look, if you don't learn how to elevate, baby, I don't know where you're going to be at. Trisolating somewhere. I don't know. Get it together. And so you want to look. This person wants people to talk about her because she ain't got a lot of attraction to her channel. It is what it is. Look, we give you a little light so you can feel like something. We know how it is. You want to be a part of the in crowd and you're not. And it's sad that people unlike me and young people and other young people have to tell people like you that, hey, how he once was, that ain't it today. Things change. Yes, indeed. Just like with our weight. I'm big too, just like you're big. Okay? You a big one. Girl, you a big one. I may be a little rounder than you. Well, no, you a little rounder than I am. But at the same time, I still love me. You can say whatever you want to say about me, baby. I may have a big hair, I may look like this, but at the same time, we both like characters. If I look like a turtle, baby, you show look like a sea turtle. Okay, I'm just keeping it real. You do. We see it. You do. It's like a mixture of a sea turtle, a little bit mixture of a someone that do what people that was native Indian. You look a lot Indian. I can see them lines, some thick, heavy lines in your face. You know, we see that. I do see that. That's not a compliment at all. So don't get all in your feelings because I know you said you something. I know you said you are something kind of mixed with that, but we can see that. But then you got you got the bad side, not the good side. It is what it is. You know, hey. But yeah. Um, is there anything else that I can really anybody that I can really address? Brian is still over there soaking, you know, and talking and soaking and talking. You know, ain't nobody worried about him like that. You know, continue to do your job. You know what I mean? I want you to know this, bitch. Bitch, I had an apartment, bitch, in my motherfucking name, bitch. I was paying on that motherfucker. Okay, when somebody will fuck their money off, I was paying the. I was paying the bill. I was paying the bill, and calling a little bit of a shot or two if I had to. So that's something that you don't know. That wasn't on camera for you to see. Okay, we had a nice apartment. Sure did. It was three of us, but we had a nice apartment. Two bathrooms, two bedroom, upstairs and downstairs, an island in the kitchen, washer and dryer. Yes, indeed. It just had a light bill too on that. Okay, we paid our rent and we had to pay a light bill. Yes, indeed. We were straight in the hood, and we'll go back to that. And hell, look, as far as I'm concerned, and shit, hell, how many of us folks out here are still living like that comfortably? Stick to what the fuck you know, and you can change it up if you want to, but you better have some money. You think I'm gonna be out here trying to live in a certain place where I can barely afford to even eat? You crazy? You better use your common sense out here. What the fuck? Since you think you are aware of what you think I do every day in my life, like I don't do a goddamn thing to make the money. Look, if I was so much of like an alcoholic, how in the hell am I affording that alcohol? How am I affording that? And how am I affording this? Guess what I gotta do? I gotta get out there and try to get something for myself. Yeah, I have a lot of days where money be funny. Have I had to go out here and be like, oh, you know what? Can I spot you on another day? Yes. Don't get it twisted like you just the Mr. Man. Like you just that man. Because I don't get on here and just constantly promote certain things that I know I can get a fund for. No. I come on here, I say what I say, and I'm out of here. I ain't take you, and see, now like I told you, you take this a little bit too much seriously to your head, to the dome, and you need to cut that shit out because at the same time, you don't know us like we don't know you. I'm just saying. You know, if you're getting that damn sensitive, log off. Or better yet, put your attention on something else that will educate you more. Whatever you may be focusing on in your life. Since you got so much word from me and mouth from me, do that for yourself. I don't need to be fixed. I'm already fixing it within itself. Now, ain't nothing wrong with going out there and get you some therapy. Ain't nothing wrong with that. But you would never be, you'll be another person and another person after that. But you can never diagnose me with any goddamn thing. Hey, Peanut, how you doing? You say you are a silent subscriber. It's good to see you. And yeah, therapy is helpful. Therapy is helpful. If you need it, go out there and get it. But if you're strong enough to throw that shit, let that shit roll off your motherfucking shoulders, and you're still standing up and being strong and holding them emotions back, you can let them out, but don't let that shit tear you down. So you can go out there and handle what you need to be handling. You know, I'm just keeping it motherfucking real with some of these folks out here. What's up, Trademark? How you doing? Have a blessed one. You know, I'm just keeping it real. I do what I do, but at the same time, I still handle my business. I'm not being on here on some let's drink and let's smoke and I'm not on that type of time. And when you guys see me, baby, I done got done doing the damn work. You're just in the aftermath. Let's sit back and relax and have a drink and some laughs. That's what I'm about. I ain't about all this arguing and fighting. Yeah, y'all done seen some not so good moments at times, but it is what it is. Those moments do not define who the hell I am as a man to this day. Cause I ain't on here on that type of timing right now, as we speak. As I speak, I mean. That's why a lot of that shit don't be phasing me at all. He said everyone can use therapy, but good morning. They can use it. They can. Me personally, I can talk. God is my therapy. I ain't gonna lie to you. I know when I can talk to my Father in heaven. I know I can talk to him right now if I'm in front of y'all. He sees everything. He knows what we're thinking, what we gonna do before we even do it. He know how we gonna be the next day before we even have before we are able to rise up in that day and live our lives. God is good all the time. All the time, God is good. He is. What's up, Dark Phoenix? And I think, Dark Phoenix, I don't know why do you have a problem with me, but it seems like you want something out of, you seem like you want me to, have a reaction to you about something. I don't know what it is, but I don't have a problem with you. But when it comes to that BS, just keep it away from it. That's it. I'm just being honest. I can't even fake the funk with you, because you commented underneath my post on my wall, and you thought I forgot about that shit, and you drop it down like you ain't did shit with the eyeballs. It's like, bruh, what do you want? I ain't saying nothing about you either. I don't make videos about you. Well, you ain't got them. You ain't got to. Sometimes things could just be a conversation. That's right, they could be. But yes, indeed. You ain't gotta make videos about me, but it's the way that you coming at me right now. I don't even perceive that as that you like me in a way. I don't know if you trying to fuck with me. I don't know if you trying to really get a rouse out of me. But at the same damn time, bro, I ain't here for it. I ain't here for it at all. And I see bullshit when it comes to you. I see bullshit. So I'm just keeping it real with you as a man. As a man. Okay. I don't know what you thought, but you thought wrong this time. Okay? You thought wrong this time. I'm not that nigga that you can really fuck around with and think that I'm supposed to just go along and get along. No. I'm calling shit out in that moment. But yes, you guys, it's been real. I think it's time for me to get up on out of here. Hold on, you said you made a post about welfare, and I made my honest opinion. As you can just upset, you can't get upset, y'all. You can't get upset if I make a comment on your post. Well, the way that you did it is it's uncalled for. So therefore, I'm going to have an opinion about it, and I didn't like it. Did I take your post down? Did I take your comment down? I didn't. I left it up there because I didn't give a damn about it. Okay, because just like I don't give a damn about you even talking to me right now in my chat. So that's the same therefore, baby, you can exit on stage left because you know what, you coming on my shit. I ain't coming on your shit. I don't even watch you, nigga. Okay, I don't even watch you, Blue Wolf Phoenix. Okay, so stay in that apartment that you've been in for I don't know how many years. Kudos to that. But at least you got somewhere to lay your head at. But at the same time, I ain't trying to be there with you. Okay, but at the same time, look, stay where you at. Stay where you at. I'm good I'm good over here. I'm good over here. I'm good over here. I'm good over here. But you guys, on that note, you guys, I'm finna get out of here. Y'all be blessed and not stressed. Okay, I got some things I gotta handle. Okay, look, a lot more important than being on here for some umpteen mountain hours. I'm not finna do all that. All right, I gotta go. Let's go. Okay, out.